Hey everyone, it's Carissa Wiley here for Concord and Ninth. Thanks for joining me today. Allow me to introduce you to the brand new Plain Amazing stamps and coordinating dies from Concord and Ninth. You know Concord and Ninth doesn't just leave it at basic. They always have innovation in mind, and this stamp and die set is no exception, because this is going to allow you to create fun travel-themed cards, adventure-themed cards, but with an interactive flair. The Plain Amazing stamp set has some great adventure and basic sentiments included, as well as some little window vignettes you can stamp inside of your plain windows. But the die set is really what takes it to the next level, because this includes an interactive portion. This allows you to die cut some airplane windows on your card, and you can either use the larger or the smaller windows to create a fun travel themed card or just an I miss you card. There are 4 larger kind of oval shapes in this die set that allow you to kind of layer up and create the dimension that an airplane window has on the inside. If you've ever been in an airplane, you know there's a lot of like recessed layers, and Concord and Ninth has included all the dies that you need in order to create that kind of recessed flair. Now, also included in this die set is this long kind of bank of windows die. You can use this on a portrait or a landscape style A2 size card. So here's an example of it on a landscape card, and here is an example of it die cut onto a portrait style A2 size card. And I want to show you this die close up because it's very easy to use. If you want to use it on a landscape style card for an A2 size, you're just going to line up the edges of the die with the edges of the cardstock, and you'll have 4 perfectly spaced windows. If you want to use it on an A2 portrait size card, Concord and Ninth has included an etched line on the back side of the die to make it really easy to line up. So when you're cutting this die onto a portrait style card, you'll line up the edge of the die and that etched line with the edges of your portrait or 4 1/4 wide A2 card. And that will make 3 perfectly spaced windows onto your portrait card. So those are just the windows in the die, but look at all of the detail pieces that you get included in the die set as well. So you have a little raised piece that you can place around there to create that receding dimension that plain windows have. You also have shades for both the large window and the smaller window. And then you have several landscape and detail or accent pieces, some suns, some moons, some mountains, an ocean. You also have a little tiny airplane and some clouds. And then you have these 2 pieces, and they look really funny at first glance, but these are what create actual working window shades on those smaller windows. So you're going to have this strip piece, and on this you'll notice that there are 2 tabs that are labeled with the word glue. That's where you're going to put your adhesive, as well as some dash lines, and those are going to guide you where to stamp the window vignettes included in the stamp set. Now, the other piece of this interactive portion is the actual shade that will go up and down. Once again, you're going to notice that there's score lines already created for you where you need to fold. There's a tab that marks where you need to place your adhesive, and there's a couple little like notches on the front of the window shade. Those just help you align the little handle that's also included in the die set. So I want to show you how this comes together because it's very simple. I'm using some double-sided tape, and I'm just placing it onto the tabs that are already marked with the word glue for me. And I'm making sure that my adhesive does not extend beyond the dashed lines that are created with the die. Now I'm going to use a ruler to just help me get my score lines started. I'm just using the straight edge of the ruler, pushing it up against the score line and folding against that ruler to start my folds. Then I'm going to take these tabs and fold them back. So it's going to create kind of a U shape when it's all kind of folded around, or it's going to create a loop. You can see that here. My tabs are folded towards the back of the die cut, and you can see my little adhesive strip is there with the double-sided tape already on it. Now I'm just going to remove the backer from that double-sided tape and fold the 1 tab on top of that adhesive area to create kind of like this loop. Now this loop is just going to slide right over this tab piece where the window area or window vignette will be stamped. And you can see that I already have a sliding window shade. Now, through the magic of television, I have one that's been stamped with some ombre stamping using one of those window vignette stamps from the Plain Amazing stamp set. And I have my die cut panel here with those smaller windows. I'm going to remove the backer from the double-sided tape that's on my glue tabs here. And I'm going to, on the back side of this window panel, align this strip about 3/8 of an inch below the window opening. Now, I like to place it there and just kind of tap down the lower part of that window and kind of flip it over to make sure I'm in the right area. And when I know that I'm in the right area, I will adhere the upper part of that tab piece on the back side of my card front. And now I have a sliding window shade that actually works. I think this is so much fun. And I'm trying to figure out how I could put some acetate between those layers as well. Now this brand new Enamel Skies enamel dot set also coordinates beautifully with this Plain Amazing bundle. It includes some suns and some moons, some stars, and some clouds. All of them are a fun way to embellish these card projects. So let's have a look at a couple cards that I created. This first one is a portrait style card featuring those sliding window shades. I love this so much. I used some ombre stamping on the window vignettes, and you can see my window shades slide up and down. I stamped a simple greeting on the front and added a strip of gold cardstock. I kept this really simple, but I think this interactive portion on this card makes it so fun and it's so unexpected. And it may be hard to see, but I've also stamped that little plane with the heart trail behind it in that window vignette scene. Now this is using the larger window dies from this Plain Amazing die set. It is a fixed shade on this, so it doesn't move up and down. I've included some acetate in this to make it a little more realistic, and I've used the various scene elements to create a tropical scene in my airplane window. I'm not gonna lie, I just got back from Hawaii and these cards make me wanna go back. I love a good interactive card, and these Plain Amazing stamps and coordinating dies do not disappoint. Be sure to check out the Enamel Skies enamel dots, as well as the cloudy double card front die, which coordinates beautifully with this bundle as well. This stamp and die set is going to help you celebrate that inner wanderlust inside of you, and I can't wait to see what you create.